Geek Life presents.
What's up, and welcome to the Week in Geek. It's your boy Kool-Aid. This is the homie Rich.
What's up, everybody?
And we're here with the top 10 in comic book trends. But first,
guys, continue to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's keep talking about this hobby that we love. So many things have been going on lately.
did you watch the trailer?
Man.
The Into the Spider-Verse. Hold on, there's another name.
Yeah, it's Spiderman Across the Spider-Verse. Something like that.
There we go.
Something like that. Yeah, it's dope, guys. I don't know if you had the time to watch it yet, but I checked it out. And it came out like Friday or something?
Like Friday. And as soon as my son, he texted me at 12 midnight, you seen it, Dad? You see this? And so I've seen it right away because, I got to keep up.
Yeah, those of you who watch us know that, we're both big fans of the first movie. Absolutely loved it. It's so good. It's definitely, if not the best Spider-Man movie out, one of them.
Yeah, I've watched it 20 times on Netflix.
It's so good. So I can't wait for this sequel. Also, I can't wait for No Way Home.
Oh, you bought your tickets yet?
Yeah.
See? Ain't nobody told me they bought tickets. Man, I'm just saying, man, it's Christmas time and brother didn't get my tickets.
Every time a movie comes out, we go on the first Friday.
But nobody told me.
I know.
Man, it's cause I'm pretty. See how this goes? Hey, and I'll be at C2E2 this week.
See?
If you see...
Yeah, you're leaving. You're heading out of town.
But I'll be back in time to see the movie.
Oh.
If you see the Geek Life logo, please stop and say what's up to me. I'm awfully friendly, unlike my fellow collector kings who leave me out of everything. But let's see how this affects the list.
If you see him in Chicago, tag us. I want to see you guys hanging out over there.
All day. Let's check out this list. Number 10 on the list is Marvel Team Up number 95.
Okay.
This is the first appearance of Mockingbird.
Mm-hmm.
Were you a fan of Mockingbird?
I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I definitely got a couple of her books. I just never read up on her, so I can't call myself a fan.
I enjoyed her in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay.
She was played by Adrienne Palicki. Mm-hmm. But now they're saying that for the MCU, they're going to recast her.
Okay. Makes sense.
And then, are you watching Hawkeye?
Yes.
So there's an Easter egg. First of all, who are the people who find all these Easter eggs?
How do you know so much? How do you hold so much knowledge in your mind?
I have tons of random comic book knowledge in my head.
Well, not just comic book knowledge, but just knowledge in general.
But still,
but it's so hard to remember. Just these tiny little what was the recent Easter egg? That was a place
that
where
Kingpin was raised. We'll get into that one later.
Huh.
But there's somebody seen an Easter egg for West Coast Avengers in Hawkeye.
Okay.
And if you know, Hawkeye was a leader of the West Coast Avengers.
Right.
And Mockingbird played a part.
Okay.
So according to this is why this is popping up.
Okay.
That is random.
That's super random.
You had to really look for this.
You have to really look for these Easter eggs.
Nobody buys a West Coast Avengers book.
Well, the White Vision one was selling for a minute when the show was out.
Nobody buys a West Coast Avengers book.
I mean, they're dollar bin books, you know what I mean? So, it's a fun run to collect.
Nobody buys that book.
Alright guys, today's number 9 book is a book that I slept on, but now, learning about it, it's something that I really want to collect. It's called The Recount number 1. It's by Scout Comics, and it's a dope story. So apparently, the President of the United States gets assassinated, right? And there's a female Secret Service agent that needs to protect the Vice President from a conspiracy from a group that calls themselves the Masses.
And you love conspiracy theories all day.
Well, yeah, definitely, I do. I'm a big fan of these type of shows and movies and books and all kinds of stuff. It fascinates me.
Do you remember a couple years ago when they had the hashtag Raid Area 51?
Yeah.
A bunch of people were going to get together and just rush to Area 51 and get all this.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Were you one of them people?
No, not at all.
Because I was
I'm the person staying home laughing about it.
Yo, Mike, if I raided Area 51, I want to come out with the secret of the Fountain of Youth.
Right? Yeah, that would be dope. Absolutely.
Something dope. I'm saying. Or I want to know what happened to E.T.
Or get one of the gliders that the Green Goblin has, right?
All day. I want to know where Jimmy Hoffa got buried.
Oh, so we'll never know that.
See, but it's a conspiracy theory.
Yes, it is.
Like, National Treasure about the president's book.
Yeah.
See, I know something about
those
something.
movies are dope.
See, but this movie is option. Well, this book is option for a movie.
Right.
Produced.
Well, I think it's a show.
No, it's a movie.
It's a movie.
Yeah, it's going to be released by Sony.
Okay.
And now it has a director and a writer, so it's blowing up.
Okay.
And this book that just came out in 2021 is already going for $39 strong.
Nice.
And that's not even counting the variants.
If you guys been following the Spider-Man movies with the connection that they have with Marvel, they obviously been capitalizing on comic book films, right? So I think they want to expand that the potential to make that type of money. So they're reaching out into these like lesser known properties, and I'm all for it.
I think that they just ran out of ideas.
No.
Man, come on. Everything is a rehash, a reboot, a remake. How many times they try to redo Ghostbusters?
Well, okay. Yes, I agree with that. But the new Ghostbusters is amazing.
Okay.
It's amazing.
I fell asleep. But what... I did. I fell asleep.
What are you gonna do?
I'm saying though, they need fresh ideas, and where else to go but comic books?
Right, because it's such a commodity in mass different markets. Because there's merchandise, there's films and TV, there's all kinds of things that all these properties just attract the money.
I actually seen like a superhero like diaper rash cream.
Oh.
Yeah. Number 8 on this list is Spectacular Spider-Man number 98. This is the first appearance of The Spot.
The Spot.
Right. So is he related to the Polka Dot Man?
Yeah, they're cousins.
So The Spot is able to make holes in the universe and put his hand to other dimensions. That's called the Spot dimension, and come back in.
Well, it's not for nothing. That's a dope power to have. Like, I wouldn't mind,
I would know, because I would do that.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely.
I'll be like, hey, girl. How you doing? Saying that would be dope, right?
That would be dope, yeah.
Well, this one's on the list because this is usually a dumpster diver book.
Yeah, definitely. You could get this book mad cheap right now.
And now you can get it for $10 because they're saying that Spot is the villain of the new Spider-Verse movie.
So this is definitely a spec-heavy book right now.
Yes. Because
now
right now...
the time to invest in this one.
Because if it comes out and he is the villain, this book is going to go from $10 to $200 easy.
And even though it's going for $10 right now, realistically, you can find it in the dollar bins.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
You might go back in your collection. You might have had it.
You might have it.
Like Rich probably folded up and put it in his back pocket, or saying use it as a hat when he was a kid.
What?
Now he used to fold paper into hats.
I took care of my comics when I was a kid.
You said one time you fold them up and put them in your back pocket.
No. I did not. Not that I did that. That's what the kids did back in the 60s and the 50s. Like, that's what they did. That's not me.
Well, this is a good time to pick up this book.
Yeah, go get it. Alright guys, today's number 7 is Hawkeye number 10. And this is the first appearance of the Clown, which on the Hawkeye show is being played by the Irish actor named Fra-Fee. Fra-Fee. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, so correct me in the comments if I'm not.
This doesn't sound like Madonna.
It sounds like one name, but it's actually 2.
Okay, he's actually a pretty good actor.
Yeah, he's doing dope on the show so far. He's part of Echo's crew.
Right.
So yeah, I'm digging the show.
I always love how the MCU gives like an actual persona, like a real life edge to these characters.
Yeah, definitely. I enjoy that too. It makes it more, I guess, not just relatable, but like you can imagine this really happening in the real world.
Right. Imagine if Hawkeye showed up in that purple outfit he does in the comic books.
Right. Right.
With like the pirate boots and stuff. Mm-hmm. Nobody would take this man seriously.
No, absolutely not. Not in the real world. No.
And you know what I also like about the Hawkeye show? He is like partially deaf. Mm-hmm. And so with all the battles and all the fights, he fought a universal battle. Mm-hmm. There has to be some long-term effects.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Remember when Iron Man had PTSD and there was all these issues and like my man Falcon couldn't get along. These are like real life stuff.
Real life stuff. Yeah, it does make the world definitely more real. And it feels like there's more consequences for the things that do happen.
Right, and then we look at our veterans of today, they face many of these same attributes, and they got to go out here where they ain't got to run up on nobody and get the Ronin suit, but but they face these kind of difficulties.
Yeah, definitely.
So shout out to all our veterans. I'm a veteran. You know what I'm saying? So Veteran Day, holiday, veteran discount, hook all that up. Number 6 on the list is Amazing Spider-Man number 238. This is the first appearance of the Hobgoblin.
Okay.
So everybody's still wondering, these cannot be the only villains in No Way Home.
Yeah, so there's so much speculation about this movie. The initial rumors were that Ned was going to be the Hobgoblin in this film.
And they're still saying that it could happen from another universe.
So it's not Ned that we know from the movies, but it's from another verse.
It's another universe.
Which is interesting. It's an interesting take.
And this Raw is going for $245 right now.
Yeah.
So imagine how much this room you got to grow if he actually does show up.
Yeah, definitely. I think this is a book that if you do sell books, this is a book that you should hold on to for right now.
I don't know. I think actually you might actually want to sell.
I think it's going to go up in value.
If he's not in the movie, it's going to go down.
Yeah, but you don't think he's going to eventually come out? Tom Holland just recently signed on for 3 more Spider-Man films.
All I know is if you get the book, make sure it has the tattoos.
Yeah.
Because that makes a difference in the price.
Yeah, definitely.
So why did they put the tattoos in the book?
Oh, just things that they throw into comic books.
So like, remember back in the day where like you could get the whole book where you can get swole in 10 days? Mm-hmm. I wonder how many kids got lied to. Or the X-ray vision specs.
Yeah.
Like, I bought some of them and I was mad because, you know, I went straight to the girls' locker room and I was nothing. Young man just disappointed.
Number 5 on the list today is Fantastic Four number 110. And this is the first appearance of Agatha Harkness.
Agatha all night long. Dun, dun, dun. So, Disney just announced Agatha House of Harkness is in production to come on Disney+.
Yeah, no, I think for those of us who have watched the show, it's no surprise that Catherine Hahn just rocked that role, and they're going to utilize her more so.
But what's unknown is if it's a prequel or what's happened after WandaVision.
Not for nothing, I wouldn't mind seeing a prequel of how it happened in like the 1600s or whatever, the witch trials and all that. Like, that's fascinating to me.
But I don't know how these B-level heroes and villains are going to make a matter into the bigger MCU.
Well, I mean, I think it's not even about impacting the bigger MCU. It's about just having that large universe that appeals to like very many viewers. So
I think
it's all about money.
Secret Wars.
You think she's going to be involved with Secret Wars?
You got to have a big enough cast of villains and heroes.
Okay.
To do Secret Wars.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And when number 8 comes out and the black suit jumps off, everybody's going to... Well, I guess Venom's already in the MCU, right?
Yes.
Because he got voodooed over there.
Right, yeah.
So, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm just making this stuff up as I go.
Yeah, but anyway, this is a book that once the show came out, it started catching heat. And because of the recent announcement, it's kind of back on people's radars.
I was never a fan of picking up this book.
Yeah.
I still don't think she's a lasting character.
Well, she may not be lasting in terms of like years and years, right? But right now in the current like collecting world, it's what's hot.
These are like people who bought saying the COVID, you know what I'm saying, villain. Remember the virus or something from
Spider-Man?
Yeah, remember like when we first started doing the show, there was a villain called COVID or something.
What was it called? It was
Corona. The villain was called Corona. It's a female.
That's right.
And that book blew up for $100, and now you can buy it for $2.50.
Yeah, and now nobody cares about it. Yeah.
This is what this is to me.
But that's fine, and maybe it is. But to me, that's what's fun about the collecting world, the speculating world. Like, you collect what you love. You collect what you want.
We always say, collect what you want.
Right.
This is our opinion.
If this book means nothing to you, don't get it.
This is like going to Vegas and throwing some dice out there.
Sometimes it is, yeah, because sometimes there is a return on the investment, and you might get a book for like, let's say $2, and then later on you're able to flip it for like way more than that.
I'm about this geek life. I'm trying to make this. I'm trying to do my thing out here.
Let's do it
all day, every day. Number 4 on this list is Amazing Spider-Man number 50. This is a classic book.
I love this cover so much. I remember back in the day when this was like a $10, $20 book. The climb that this book has experienced is crazy.
Now, Raw is $766.
Right.
And this is because this is the first appearance of Kingpin.
Yeah, and there's so much speculation going on right now that
so much.
Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of people are convinced that we're gonna see Kingpin in Daredevil.
In Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, yeah, my bad.
Well, because if you've seen it, somebody posted online that the hotel that Hawkeye and his family are in was the same hotel that the Kingpin was being held in the Daredevil series.
Okay. And then also there was a garage that they were in that was called Fat Man's Garage, and they're thinking that it belongs to the Kingpin.
So everybody has their own opinion. So this book is continuously climbing, just becomes off a theory.
Yeah.
Right? That is crazy. And how many people have played the Kingpin in the past?
Is it more than 2?
2 or 3?
Really?
Yeah. And then I remember like being when it was a cartoon, because the Kingpin is not fat. He is full of compacted
it's
muscle.
all muscle, yeah, it's crazy.
And he was beating up Spiderman when I was a kid.
Oh yeah. He's been beating people up since we were little.
Yeah, so he is like an amazing villain that has a lasting timeline through comic book history.
Yeah, definitely. I think this book is one for the long haul. This is definitely one that you want to add to your collection.
I told somebody yesterday, because they're always surprised how much. I'll say, well, I bought this book for $20 and now I'm selling it for $2,000.
Right.
And they're like, well, how? I said, because you get a real classic character. If you buy a giant size X-Men today for $2,000, you don't turn around and sell that book.
No.
You keep it in the closet for 10, or hopefully in a safe for 10 years. Pull it out, and you're gonna sell that much for $20,000, maybe more.
Easy, yeah.
Easy. So
especially
remember,
when they come out in the movies again.
Exactly. So don't ever think that comic books are just a passing fad.
No.
But also don't think you can go buy any comic book and it's going to turn around and be worth $20,000.
Right. I mean, if you enjoy comic books and you enjoy reading them, then, read the stuff that you're into. But if you're also, part of collecting is also the investment, right? So, you do want to have some value to your collection.
Yeah, so one time for our fellow Collector Clean Randy, I graded this book for him. Came back like a 8.5.
Nice.
So little did I know that this book he handed me was now worth like $10,000.
Right? That's awesome. I love it.
And he gave me like $20. So this doesn't seem right. Like I should have got like a box of cookies or something.
So one of the other things they're speculating on is whether or not the dude that played him in the show is going to come back to play him.
Well, it's supposedly that he was seen on set.
Oh.
So we'll follow along just like you. Let me know what you think on Wednesday.
Yeah. All right. Number 3 today is
I'm
a
excited.
book that we're both excited about. If you guys have been watching us since like the jump, you'll remember that we were talking about this book like way back when.
Way back. We said this one is going to blow up everywhere.
Well, we wanted to conduct an experiment and see if we could push the market, right? We wanted to see if we started talking about a book, if it would end up on the list. Now, we never went through with the experiment.
No.
But here the book is now. Sleepwalker #1 is our number 3 pick. It's blowing up now. And it's all because of speculation based on a toy line.
Right. So the toy line for Doctor Strange #2, The Multiverse of Madness, is coming out.
Right.
And one of those characters is called Sleepy. So a lot of people are believing this is Sleepwalker.
Yeah. So people think that it's possible that we might see Sleepwalker in the movie.
That would blow my mind.
Yeah, that would be crazy.
I'm telling you right now, I'm going to run around the theater. It's Sleepwalker. It's Sleepwalker. You can get this comic for $10 right now.
$10. It's still a very affordable key. And honestly, you could get it for cheaper than the 10.
Remember when we first started, we were talking about this book was $1.50. Aftermarket on eBay.
Yep.
And so now I'm going for $10.
Yeah.
I'm CGCing mine. I don't care. I'm holding on to it. It may not be worth any money. It's the nostalgia.
Yeah, absolutely. It's some nostalgia. It was a fun time. in our youth when we were collecting back then, and it's nice to see these characters getting love now.
And with Darkhawk getting his own series a little while ago, Sleepwalker and Darkhawk, they ran together.
Yeah, definitely. So it's time for another reboot for this character.
And maybe they'll join the West Coast Avengers. Everybody else does. Number 2 on the list is Daredevil number 10. This is the second appearance of Maya Lopez, a.k.a. Echo. This is her first cover appearance.
Oh, nice. This is a beautiful cover.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That whole line during this set was a beautiful covers. I'm saying, but nowadays, as the first appearance of certain characters become increasingly out of reach for the everyday collector.
Right.
A lot of people are turning to the second prints or the second appearance.
Right. So the market for these other appearances are getting bigger, and collectors are more astute in today's world, and they're going after the books that they can budget for.
Right. So Giant Size X-Men, about 2 or 3 years ago, when I first started Geek Life, I bought a 3.5 for $300.
Right.
I turned around and sold it 2 years ago, for $1,000.
Right.
Now that same book is going for $4,500.
And I've seen it go for even higher than that.
You used to be able to buy a raw beat up copy of Giant Size X-Men for about $100.
Right.
And that was fair. Now, raw people are asking for $3,000.
Yeah, it's insane what the value of some of these books, how crazy it's gotten in the last couple of years.
Right. So the second appearance of that team, Colossus, Storm, you can still get a nice reader copy for around $200. So a lot of people are hunting that book instead.
Right.
And Echo, the first appearance of Echo is going for $245, $300.
That the first appearance of Echo is basically worth more than the rest of the entire run.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And so that's a little bit, especially Christmas time, that's a little bit out of people's reach.
Right.
And with her showing up in Hawkeye, the book is skyrocketing.
Definitely.
I have one for CGC. When it gets back, I will post it on Geek Like Comics. Shameless plug. But you got it. So a lot of people are going to these second prints, you know what I'm saying, and second appearances.
Yeah, definitely.
House of Slaughter, nobody is really going after the first print. Everybody wants that second print foil, especially the red one.
Right.
I'm saying, so maybe, will we get a second print?
Nah.
I wonder how much our second appearance is worth.
Huh. I don't know. Good question.
I know. I'm going to go back and look. I'm going to check that out. Saying, buy it hot. Don't CGC us.
Alright guys, today's number 1 book is Nocterra number 1 from Image Comics. This is a fairly recent book that just recently got optioned for a movie.
Right. And then the crazy part is this book didn't even start flying off the shelves until like 2 months after its release.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely a book that I think for the most part was slept on. But this is a book about a world where it's very dark, there's no more light, and there's these monsters. And
everybody's turned into monsters,
and they're afraid of artificial light.
Yes.
And so our main character, Valentina, she's a ferryman, which is super interesting in and of itself. So she transports goods and people. So the economy's still got to go on, even though the world is run by monsters, right?
People got to get paid.
Yeah. You need to get your Amazon gifts for Christmas.
Santa Claus got to get around somehow.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you guys remember the Vin Diesel movie Pitch Black, this reminds me a lot about this. So
that's what you think about?
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of.
I thought about what kind of monster would I turned into.
And what kind of monster do you think you'd turn into? I
always wanted to be a werewolf.
A werewolf? Okay.
Yeah, I'm a werewolf guy over a vampire.
Okay.
Vampires, they're kind of prissy. You only can come out at night. You got to drink blood.
But in this world, technically, you'd always be a knight, right?
Well, I guess so. So I'll always be a vampire. No.
Or you can always be a werewolf.
No, I'd rather be a werewolf.
Okay.
They seem cooler than me.
All right.
But then I got another question about this book. How did she get the 18-wheeler with all the lights on it?
Well, she probably... I don't know. I haven't read the book yet. I do have it, though. So let me find out and I'll let you know.
And he's another one of the books that had like 27 billion covers. So my question is, in the long run, what is going to be the hot cover?
It just depends on the popularity of the show. If it blows up, if people really do like it, because right now, even though it's fairly recent, it's still affordable.
Right, $26. I'm saying raw, which is easy. A lot of people are going for A covers now before over variants. I'm saying A covers are where it's at.
I don't know. It depends on what you're looking for. I don't know.
I'm saying I look for quality, baby. I mean, because we're Collector Kings, Geek Life all day. So what do y'all like? Make sure y'all put it in the comments. Talk back and forth. Because we'll go back and we actually do like and, put little comments on your comments to let you know.
Yeah, let us know what you guys thought of this week's list. And tell us, what do you think is going to pop up next week?
And also, if you see me at C2E2 up in the Shy, I'm from Illinois. Stop by, holla at me, let's take a picture, tag Rich so he knows what he's missing.
I know.
And hopefully by then, they'll buy me a ticket to Spiderman.
Bada bang.
Saying, I'm your boy Kool-Aid. This is the homie Rich. Matt Flavor. Peace.
Be good, everybody.
MGB on the beat.